Hi everyone, I'm Kara Sundlin. 1 year ago today, on January 27, 2021, dozens of Naugatuck High School students marched against racist social media posts from the daughter of the chief of police. Here's the story that aired.
Dozens of Naugatuck High students marched from their high school to the Green, organizing this in response to 6 social media posts that surfaced Friday. The 2-year-old posts, made by the police chief's daughter, are racist and violent in nature. One of them reads, "I'll make my dad drive with lights and sirens, and if we see any black people, we will shoot them." Borough leaders, including Mayor Pete Hess and Police Chief Stephen Hunt, have issued statements condemning the posts. But many at today's rally say they want consequences for Chief Hunt's daughter.
This does not represent a young girl who has made a mistake. This is a hate crime, this is bigotry, and this is a threat to human life. If this was a black student making such threats, an arrest would have been made and expulsion would be initiated.
While many in the crowd were from Naugatuck,
I'm a civil rights activist from Waterbury, Connecticut.
Some came from neighboring towns and cities. Many who spoke say these posts have shattered their confidence in Naugatuck leadership.
We need their trust. We do not trust them right now, and it's not fair because we're together as a community. If we can't have the people in charge together on our side, then it's not going to work.
There are 3 ongoing investigations looking into this, an internal one through the Board of Education since Chief Hunt's wife is the assistant principal at Naugatuck High, and an independent one. Mayor Hess had little to say about them when we caught him at the rally earlier.
I'm just going to say they're going to be independent, thorough, and transparent.
He says he and other borough leaders met with Valley NAACP leaders last night, calling it a productive conversation. Mayor Hess says he's committed to getting his community through this.
What really upsets me is that there are people who feel fear, and that really bothers me, and I'm going to do whatever I can to make sure that's not the case.
5 years ago, police in Glastonbury busted a prostitution ring operating out of a local spa.
I go there, I get my feet rubbed, the people are very nice there.
It was a popular spot in the heart of Glastonbury, but people started to become suspicious of what was really going on inside Sunshine Reflexology on Main Street.
And about 9 o'clock at night, I would see men going in there, and I thought, who gets a massage at 9 o'clock at night?
After receiving a tip, police started to look into whether prostitution was going on there, along with Pine Reflexology on School Street and the Relaxation Spa on Hebron Avenue.
The only thing I've known is just seeing some people coming out late at night, and I thought it was kind of odd.
After conducting several surveillance operations, police pulled over 10 men who had just left the spas. 7 of them admitted to receiving a sexual act. The arrest warrant goes on to say 4 out of the 6 people who received sexual acts stated they were asked non-verbally by the therapist. 1 person declined. The others who received a sexual act stated it just happened without affirmation.
This is a serious matter. This is a key felony.
Arrested during yesterday's raids, 43-year-old Guijing Zhang, the owner of the 3 businesses. Today, he faced a judge at Manchester Superior Court. And while all 3 businesses are now closed, many are still surprised something like this was going on in Glastonbury.
In this town, you wouldn't think that people would be going in there for favors when they were really hardworking people.
10 years ago, the second suspect in the deadly Cheshire home invasion was sentenced to death for killing the mother and 2 daughters of Dr. William Pettit.
We're happy and relieved that this day has come. Justice has been served.
On this cold, rainy day, it was the lone survivor's father who would be the only one talking. Dr. William Pettit walked out of the courthouse after having his say on what this killer did to his life, his family, and his future.
He's starting to come back a little bit now to what he was. He never will come all the way back, or at least I hope he does, but I doubt that he can.
4.5 years after that brutal night we all now know as the Cheshire home invasion, the second of the 2 men responsible has been sentenced to death. Joshua Komisarjewski in an orange jumpsuit sat watching a large screen as the court played recorded messages from the people he devastated.
I never dreamed I would bury my own daughter, Jennifer Lynn, and my 2 grandchildren.
I was in a state of shock and denial that anyone could have killed half of our family.
Jennifer, Haley, and Michaela Pettit meant so much, but were taken for so little. Dr. Pettit focused his statement about who his wife and daughters were and what they were supposed to be. He also missed those little things, saying about his wife Jennifer, "I miss our late-night chats and partnerships in raising the girls. We made a good team and complemented one another." The killer also talks, saying it's a surreal experience to be condemned to die. Throughout the preceding years, I sat and became quite comfortable in the face of hatred and bigotry, its familiarity as part of my daily life.
That's today in Connecticut history.